Hey there, toy collector friends and fans of physical media, particularly fans of Doctor Who physical media. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Triple TC, that's the time travelling toy collector, and this is another instalment of collecting the collection with regards to Doctor Who, in particular the archive collection. So essentially all of the classic series being re-released, repackaged, augmented with new features, special features, documentaries, updated effects, all manner of things, and a new booklet full of fascinating facts, behind the scenes photos, etc, etc, all in some gorgeous packaging that makes it so much more self-contained than having tons of DVDs or potentially VHS cassettes, whatever they were, all over your shelves. This collection is arguably the most definitive collection we've ever had, and possibly ever will have, considering that this is focusing so much on the classic era of Doctor Who from 1963 right up until its suspension in 1989. And in this video we're looking at box set number 18, which represents season 18 of the collection, which is the fourth Doctor. And spoiler, if you're unfamiliar with any of the season, then be warned, there may be spoilers ahead. But if you are someone who already knows about season 18, you will know it is the fourth Doctor's swan song in the role, Tom Baker's final season in the role. So just for those of you who may be unfamiliar, we're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to take a look at the discs inside, we're going to take a look at the artwork. This isn't a review of the stories. There's a list of the stories there. It's not that's kind of a channel. Certainly not at the time of filming, it's not. Who knows what the future may hold. But this is really just an opportunity to appreciate and look at what this limited edition Blu-ray special edition packaging really looks like. Because a lot of people, myself included, were really concerned at the beginning about the amount of cost. For most of us, it was a double dip option because most of us had purchased all the Doctor Who stories that had been released in the classic series on DVDs, if we hadn't already got them on Blu-rays, on VHS, which is what it was when I started collecting. And this is not a cheap set, so it is a considered purchase. However, as you've just been seeing on the back there, the range of additional new material on top of all of the pre-existing material makes this in my opinion, an absolute investment. I also think for those people who are drawn into Doctor Who, either through the current iteration of the series or they joined sort of from 2005 time-ish, this is a great way to get some high quality look at the previous Doctors, and it could be their stepping on point. So for some of us, yes, it might be double dipping. For other people, might be the first time they're experiencing this whole era. So, you know, for them it's not double dipping. So there's quite a wide audience for these packs, and you know what? No one's making us buy them. So if we are thinking, oh, it's too expensive, if we're thinking, oh, but we're double dipping, it's a money maker, money grab by the BBC, etc, etc, whether it's true or not, we don't have to buy it. It's our choice, you know. And as ever on this channel, when I say something is a considered purchase, it is for you to consider. You know, is it as important as being able to feed myself and my family? Is it as important as keeping a roof over my head? If I can't afford it, it ain't that important. And it'll be out there somewhere for down the road. If it's meant to be yours, it'll come your way. But we have to be pragmatic. Anyway, for those who are considering these boxes for the future, or have started collecting them, or didn't want to collect them but are curious, that's why I'm doing these videos. So it's an opportunity to have a look at what makes up this set. So I've already shown you, I always leave them in these sort of little, I think they're called J cases or L cases. I don't really care what they're called, to be honest. But this is a nice little bit of additional packaging. There's a nice bit of artwork there. There's lots of touches, lots of lovely little touches all over the place. Again, you can see here brand new special features just for this season, along with everything that's been previously released on DVD before. So, you know, it's not just a rehash of what you've already got. Yes, it might be a rehash for everything you've already got, but there's a ton of additional stuff as well. And you are paying for a very high quality, high-end release set. And I mentioned this numerous times, this takes up so much less space and is so much more elegant on my shelves than having the entire season 18 DVD collection, which is something like that. So personally speaking, it's another reason why this is such a winner for me, is it's an absolute space saver, which I appreciate isn't a consideration for everybody, but it absolutely is a consideration for me. So here is the front of the box with some beautiful artwork. As always, we see I was going to say the villains of the piece, but there may not all be villains appearing on this, but I'm not going to spoil that for you. There we see Anthony Ainley here making his debut performance as the Master, and we see the Doctor in his season 18 garb and giving us one of his traditional bog-eyed expressions, and waving goodbye. Bye-bye, Doctor. So how lovely is that? Then we have the artwork on the side, and then the back, which is usually a TARDIS related shot. Doesn't let us down. Here we are. It's the Warrior's Gate. It's Romana and K9 also saying farewell, more spoilers, and the TARDIS in the throes of dematerializing. So again, really beautiful. Everything about this set, there's the other side for those who haven't seen it. Everything about this set is, all the sets so far, is absolutely gorgeous. So let's go inside the box. I'm just going to move this out of the way for now. So inside the box immediately we have some additional artwork here. This is a velcroed section, which we'll look at in a second. Over here we have all of the discs, which are packaged very neatly. They all have individual artwork on each of the discs, so it's not a set of discs that just have a single, oh, apologies. See, they're lived in discs. They're not just for show. So you can see all of the discs. Come on. Always worried something's going to give. I'm so fragile-minded. Right, that's come unwedged from there, so I'm going to have to repair that. So there's the next one there. Come on, out you come. And so it continues. So all of the discs are, as mentioned, individually stickered up, unique to the story that they represent, which I think, you know, is fantastic. But what really sort of tips these box sets, I'll just pop this on here, tips these box sets into, you know, next level, is the additional array of artwork we get. So let's open this velcroed section here, and we get more artwork on the interior here, which, as you can see in this instance, is the Fourth Doctor, I think, in the cloister room of the TARDIS. Then we open this up, out comes the booklet, which we will have a look at in a second. And another recurring feature, which I absolutely love, is the diorama of the TARDIS console room. And in this one, as per Logopolis, we also get a police box, which may or may not be a police box, inside the console room. How exciting. So let's take a moment, park that, and have a look at the booklet. So let's just say, I think it's 60. So it's 27 pages long, and it contains a wealth of information about the development of stories. It's got behind the scenes photos. It's obviously got lists of everything that's in there. I'm not going to show you every single page, but you can see lots of information about different cast, and there's crew information. There's so much going on. There's so much in here. So again, the additional level of added value, and I know I keep talking about these things. People think he must be on some sort of take for this. Absolutely, I'm not. I just absolutely love the fact there's a lovely lovely portrait of Tom Baker there. But it is a wonderful, wonderful set. So I'm just going to pop that back inside there and seal it up. There we go. So that is pretty much it for the box itself. There isn't a huge amount else to say other than the quality of the artwork, the quality of the content, the love that's poured into it. If you're asking me my opinion is, I hope, probably quite clear. Considered purchase, yes. Value for money, absolutely. Is it value for money if you already have the DVDs? Your mileage will vary. If you are someone who wants the most comprehensive and arguably definitive set of behind the scenes features, etc., etc., I'm not going to keep repeating myself. This collection 100% is the thing you need to get your hands on. It is absolutely beautiful, and I think anyone who is a Doctor Who fan would benefit hugely from having this entire collection in their set, on their shelves. It's just so wonderful. Now I'm currently working through my remaining in-hand collection. At the time I'm filming this, we've recently found out that the next release is season 7, which is the Third Doctor's first season. So John Pertwee's debut season is the next one. That's why I've put a bit of a delay on this video, because I usually do them monthly. So I put a little bit of a delay on it, just to get us closer to that release, just to sort of pad out the monthly releases of this. I think I've got 2 more to do, one from the 6th and one from the 7th Doctor's era. Then we'll continue unabated with the new Who steelbooks as far as we can, and we'll continue to pop back as new releases of this are announced and released. I will add them to my collection. I will share them with you. But yeah, I'm very nearly at the end of what I already have here at the start of 2025. But we've got a new one coming out in March from the third Doctor, and I've got 2 more, I think, from my existing collection. Then we'll move on with the steelbooks, stopping to insert, as we have been doing, any new releases as they come along. So what do you think? Are you invested in this set? Are you enjoying it? Are you collecting it avidly? Would you like to see more releases a year? What season are you particularly interested in seeing reproduced in this format? Or indeed, have you missed a box set that you're really, really keen to get your hands on? And if so, which one? For those of you who've been long-term watchers know, I very nearly didn't start collecting these for that whole double dip mentality. Back when season 12 was, I think it was season 12 that was first released, I really hummed and hawed about pre-ordering it, and nearly didn't. And then I just thought, oh well, I'm just going to get it and see what it's like. And I haven't looked back. It is such a labour of love. And what's also marvellous, in my opinion, other opinions will vary, is that as time's progressed, we see constant improvements. So what I thought was fantastic with season 12 now is even better. We're seeing even more. We're seeing even in greater levels of enhancements to what's coming. So I, for one, am very excited about the rest of this season and the rest of the collection, rather, and hope you are too. I hope you are someone who sees these as for what they are, and not a money grab by the BBC. I can understand why people think that it is the case, but I think there's just so much more additional on offer here, plus the quality of the overall presentation that far exceeds our DVD collections, folks. It just does. There's no... You can berate me in the comments if you like, although don't, because I'm very sensitive. But if you do, fine. But the DVDs were very cheaply manufactured. The boxes are inconsistent on the spine. Don't get me started. This is why I say this is the definitive set. I don't see how they could top this moving forwards. I genuinely don't. So I'm really, really thrilled and delighted that we have what we have. Anyway, without further ado or further ado, I shall leave you to go back to your lives. Thank you very much for spending the last 15 or 16 minutes with me. If you could like the video, that would be fantastic. It really helps boost me in the algorithm. I don't really know what that means, but it sounds good. But if you could like it, that's great. And also, if you could drop a totally free subscription to the channel. I don't have a Patreon. I'm not monetized or anything at the time of recording this, certainly, but I am trying to grow the channel, so it means a huge amount for a small channel like me if you could possibly just do a totally free subscription. You don't have to watch every video, there's no obligation to. It just lets you know as well if other things that might be up your street come your way, and I've got quite a few things around Doctor Who, so it might be worth checking out some of my Doctor Who related videos. You might find something there of interest. Equally, you might just be looking for physical media type stuff, and I've got some stuff on there on the channel about physical media as well. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I know how busy you can be, and I very much appreciate your investment with me. Take care. I hope to see you in a future or indeed a past video again. And in the meantime, it just remains for me to say, as the Triple TC, that's the time traveling toy collector, that a thing of beauty really is a toy, or toy adjacent. I know it's not a toy. Forever. Bye-bye for now.